他说：“患难见真情，中国是塞尔维亚真正的朋友。”他驳斥所谓中国债务陷阱论，并感谢“一带一路”倡议对塞尔维亚发展的支持。塞尔维亚总统武契奇接受高端访谈独家专访，敬请收看。
关注国际焦点，洞察世界风云。大家好，欢迎收看本期高端访谈，我是王冠。位于欧洲东南部的塞尔维亚是第一个对中国公民实行免签的欧洲国家，它被很多国人称作塞铁。而毫不掩饰对中国喜爱之情的身高1.98米的塞尔维亚总统武契奇，则被很多国人亲切地称作武七七。武契奇和很多塞尔维亚人为什么格外珍视同中国的友谊？塞尔维亚为什么在很多外交和政治议题上力挺中国？中塞两国关系又如何成为中欧合作的典范？让我们一起走进我身后的总统府，对话本期节目的嘉宾塞尔维亚总统武契奇。President Vučić, it's an honor to have you with us on Leaders Talk. In China, we call Serbia our ironclad friend, ironclad brother, Saitie. I'm just wondering, how would you describe what China is to Serbia and to you?
China is good, very, very good friend of Serbia. If you go through Belgradian streets and any other city in Serbia, you're gonna hear only good words about China and Chinese people, because we have always had only good experience. China's been the most supportive in difficult times for Serbia. Friend in need is a friend indeed. There was a new disease, a very contagious one. No one knew how to tackle that issue at that time. At that period of time, China was the only country that was really helpful and supportive.
So President Vučić, in 2020, you went to the airport yourself, greeting the Chinese medical staff who are sending supplies to the Serbian people. And in the meanwhile, you kissed the Serbian flag, and of course, but then you kissed the Chinese flag, a scene that was deeply touching to the heart of many Chinese.
It was not calculated at all. There were no advices from any advisors, or no, I did it because I felt like that, because, you know, we were all desperate at that time, and everybody was closing themselves within their own borders. Everybody was speaking about solidarity, and as a matter of fact, no one was showing that solidarity before everybody found enough vaccines and medications and ventilators for themselves. And Chinese friends did not forget one small country, one small nation. And as I told you, we believe that we are relatively loyal, or more loyal than some others, and we cannot forget it. It has always been supported this or another way by Beijing. I was, as a prime minister, seeking, searching for solution, begging for solution of our steel mill in Smederevo. And then President Xi came to Serbia. It was 2016. And we hosted him. We treated him in a very, we believe, very hospitable way. Then people said to me, you know, all these advisors, if you can get President Xi on your side, that to bring Chinese company to just take care of that steel mill, we are saved. And I was like, during that lunch in Smederevo, it was a villa overlooking Danube, you know, and I was like, Mr. President, you know, and then I was shy, and I was a bit ashamed, you know, how to approach the most important world leader, asking him for a big favor for this country, and why did he need to hear it? Why did he need to listen to that?
How did you do it?
I was preparing him to listen to me, at least for these 2-3 sentences, of what kind of significance and importance it would be for Serbia if we resolve this issue. And then I realized that I was talking to a guy that was much smarter and much better prepared than I was, than I thought. He said to me, Mr. Vučić, I give you my word, that'll be resolved. After he said it, I was like, start flying, you know, it's like, because when you find a resolution of a big issue for your country, and it happens like just coming out of the blue, that's something that no one can compare with anything else. And we will never forget it. We will never forget what happened in 2016, because then a company, Habis, from the province Hebei, came to Serbia, and they saved literally, it's 5,200 people that secure their jobs for the future. But not only that, it's more than 20,000 people that were working, cooperating with that steel mill. And after that, we had this big mining companies, many private companies coming to Serbia. China is a very reliable pillar of an utmost importance for Serbia's future, and a true friend.
2022年3月19日上午，随着一列火车从贝尔格莱德新火车站徐徐驶出，匈塞铁路贝尔格莱德至诺维萨德段正式通车。这段铁路通车不仅圆了塞尔维亚人的高铁梦，还让更多人从容过上了双城生活。
今天呢，我们就将乘坐这趟列车52号列车，从首都贝尔格莱德前往塞尔维亚北部的城市，也是整个塞尔维亚第2大城市诺维萨德。那刚才工作人员告诉我们，在之前啊，整个行程大约需要1个半小时。那在铁轨升级之后呢，我们乘坐高速列车只需要半个小时。
I take it pretty often once I'm in the country. I take it because it's the cheapest way to get to Novi Sad and by far the fastest. This is the best thing that ever happened to us who have to commute to Novi Sad.
This is my first time going with this train, and my mother's is 4th time.
Yes.
For her experience, she says it's very fast and very reliable.
Yes.
Reliable for traveling over the Serbians.
今天我用这个火车，为什么呢？因为我要去看我的奶奶。这是我第一次用这个火车，我很满意。以前是非常旧的，现在的感觉是非常先进，对吗？所以我有一个感觉很好。还有一个服务员问你想喝咖啡，想喝茶，太好了，我有感觉非常好哈。
President Vučić, there are so many concrete things that you can see with your eyes here in Serbia. That is a fruit of Chinese-Serbian solidarity. We were on the Hungary-Serbia Railway a few days ago, taking the fast train from Belgrade to Novi Sad. It was a smooth and fantastic ride. Loved it. And everybody that we met, the Serbians, people from around the region, they said they loved it.
I can say that was a big idea. Then I went to China, and we had a first train ride. It was 300 kilometers per hour between the section between Beijing and Tianjin, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And then we started dreaming about our high-speed railway in this region. And this is the best and the fastest section in this southeast part of Europe. And now with Chinese CCTV company, we are finishing a twice bigger section from Novi Sad to Subotica to Hungarian border, and we are going to finish it till the end of this year. It's for us it's more than 180 kilometers, which is not a big section in China, but it's a big section in Serbia, and we hope that our Hungarian friends will finish their work by the end of 2025 or early March or February 2026, then we can connect Belgrade and Budapest and Vienna and everything else. But this was just a big and a great start. In the meantime, I can tell you one thing. Today we have 3 biggest exporter of Serbia are Chinese companies working in Serbia. It's Zijin Mining, Habis from Hebei province, which is steel mill. Zijin Mining is copper mining, and it's another Zijin company which is related to gold excavation in East Serbia as well. And then we hope that this another private Chinese company, Linglong, which is tire company, will become the 5th or 6th exporter of Serbia. It shows an importance of Chinese presence in this country. And not to mention so many infrastructural programs and plans that we've been doing together, and we are planning together. And now some other Chinese companies getting permission to start working on a so-called Smiley Corridor in North Serbia, in Central Serbia, South Serbia, different issues, energy objects. They're finishing one thermal plant here close to Belgrade, 60 kilometers east of Belgrade, and many other things. It's inevitable to say that China has a very, very strong presence in this country, and we are very happy because of it. When people in Europe started reiterating one issue, if you work with China, then you're going to have the biggest public debt to GDP ratio, they're using you. Then I went there to Brussels and I said to them, well, you see, we took many Chinese loans, but still, when we speak about Serbia's public debt to GDP ratio, it's 51, 52%. And average public debt to GDP ratio in Eurozone, and particularly in European Union, is 92%.
In some countries, over 100%.
Yeah, it's some countries, in majority of the countries, and these are vast, big countries like France, Greece, Italy, and some other. Germany is around 86, and we are 52. And I said, it's not about Chinese money. It's about your governance. It's whether you can calculate whether you have a good economy, whether you have a good growth, that you can cover it or you cannot. And then you go for money. Why Chinese money is worse than some other people's money, or some other countries' money, or some other organizations' money? I don't get it. And then they stopped with that story.
Money painted with ideology on it.
It's just, and when they start lecturing us about cooperation with China, and when I see the level of economic trade and trade turnover of some of their countries with China, then I said, oh, you're saying to us because we have 6.1 or 6.2 billion, and you have 200 or 300 billion turnover with China, and you're still lecturing us? And then they, okay, Alexander, let us change this. Let us change the topic. Let us change the subject, and that's it.
Facts speak louder. So you expect the newly signed FTA between our two countries, China and Serbia, will open new prospects for bilateral relations?
Because I believe that FTA that we signed in October will bring thousands and thousands of new opportunities to Serbia. I believe that would be not bad for China as well, although it is not to be compared with the significance for Serbia. But it will open a big market for some of our agricultural products, good Serbian wine, and we are doing better and better. Also, we'll get Chinese products at a smaller price, and we'll get more Chinese business people to our country. We'll get more Chinese ordinary people to our country. B2B cooperation, people-to-people cooperation, that will open new doors for us. And this free trade agreement is something that I dream about, and now it came true, and now we need to see through years how we gonna implement it and what we're gonna deliver. And once again, very thankful to presidency that he agreed upon that he allowed us to sign that arrangement, and hopefully we'll be able to do more things in the future.
President Vučić, during a visit last October to Beijing, a school studying Xi Jinping thought on diplomacy. You were given the choice to pick up anything that you wanted. You said you were going to only take one book. What's your takeaway from President Xi's books? And what do you think of him as a person and leader?
I like President Xi is using proverbs, folks proverbs, ordinary people's sayings. At a first moment that you hear something that is natural, regular, nothing special. But when you just think about simplicity of that proverb, but how deep meaning that proverb might have, then you see the depth of his thoughts as well, the depth of his ideas, and the depth of his love to his country. I felt that. It was not the strength of his words. It was the strength of his mind and body acting. And I believe, as a man that works with people, that he was very sincere, he was prudent, cautious, but at the same time very brave and very determined to defend the interests of his country.
This year, coincidentally, marks the 25th anniversary of NATO's bombing of former Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
A episode that is very dear and near to the heart of so many Chinese, because that tragic event took the innocent lives of Serbians, of Chinese, and many others. Now, as the current leader of Serbia, how would you reflect on that episode 25 years on?
It's a very painful issue for us, and we are not escaping it. And of course, we have now better relationship with all Western countries, all these 19 countries that attacked Serbia with no permission taken from UN Security Council. Everything was done against the UN Charter and international public law. And it was a terrible crime.
Talking about territorial integrity, that is so dear to the heart of Serbians, and likewise to China, especially on the question of Taiwan. There have been calls for so-called Taiwan independence. There have been efforts to externalize, to internationalize the question of Taiwan.
With us, it is very simple. I'm not going to take more than 10 seconds about it. You can count it. Taiwan is China. And it's up to you what, when, how you're going to do it. Full stop. We know one China, that is the policy and politics of Serbia. That will be our politics in the future. That's your territory. This is your people. And you're a sovereign nation. You take decisions by your own. And you'll always have support of Serbian people. That's it.
President Vučić, you have a very big following in China.
Yeah, I heard that. Of course, it's you know, you cannot cheat on people. You cannot lie to them because they know that tomorrow or in 5 years or in 3 years or in 7 years, I will never change my stance on China. We'll look from outside differently, but we have more common denominators than with many other nations in the world.
Direct, straightforward.
Yeah, but it's about people's soul. It's about something that you can feel. That's why we do understand each other. And, you know, during the Olympics in Beijing in particular, you know, we were watching your athletes, their jubilance after winning gold, silver, or bronze medals. Like we were watching our own athletes. It was amazing.
I can tell you, Mr. President, so many Chinese cheer for Jokic when he was named NBA's MVP, and for Djokovic when he
I do the same for both of them.
So a lot of our friends back home are thrilled at this opportunity to be speaking to you, and we solicited questions online and through social media.
Please.
What would you say, Mr. President, are the top tourist attractions in Serbia? What is there to see, eat, and experience? And will there be more Chinese cities launching direct flights to Serbia anytime soon?
First of all, I believe that we are going to introduce very soon a direct flight between Belgrade and Shanghai, and that's big. That's big, and I believe that we are just finishing all the details about getting final permits to establish that line, and would like to invite Chinese people to visit Serbia because they will see the real hospitality, the real European hospitality, which they cannot experience, I believe, in any other European country. But this is of an utmost importance. But you're going to see modern parts of Belgrade, very old parts of Belgrade. You can see the places where history meets future, but also very friendly environment for our Chinese brothers and sisters. Beautiful lakes, beautiful mountains if you like skiing, beautiful places in North Serbia and that fertile plain as well, terrific rivers, and we have wonderful museums, but we also brag ourselves of having the best nightlife in Europe. If you want to see how does it look like, come to Belgrade.
Finally, there are so many scholars and strategists studying the Chinese path approach towards modernization. President Xi Jinping also proposed these very important initiatives on development, Global Development Initiative, Global Security Initiative, and Global Civilizations Initiative that you, of course, publicly said that you endorse. Can you elaborate a little bit?
I discussed that with Viktor Orban. We were in China. And he said to me, you see, Alexander, every single year, I hear stupid stories from Brussels about Chinese growth. Because that year it was 6 point something, next year 6 point something, next year 5 point something, then it was COVID-19, then it was 3 point something, then again 5 point something, expected 6. And he said to me, and I asked him, okay, and how we can compare ourselves with them? Because our growth rate is from 0 to 1, from 0 to 1, or minus. And he said to me, yeah, I've been listening about deterioration of situation in China for 15 years, from all of them, and it hasn't happened so far, and it won't happen. And that's why I'm stick to my Chinese friends, because I believe that they know what they are doing. You do better plans, you do better programs, and you have something which we all lack. Your people, they are becoming more persistent. They have an eye of a tiger, which we Europeans don't anymore. And I'm trying to take a bit of that energy, a bit of that enthusiasm, a bit of that ambition to always deliver something new to my country, to see something which I would like to show to you what we built in the recent years, to see just surrounding of this building. And many of these things we could have never reached without Chinese big support.
Awesome. I can't wait to go check it out. Thank you so much, President Vučić.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Many thanks to your people, and best regards to China.
武契奇总统说，塞尔维亚不会停止前进的脚步，还跟我们团队说，未来每次来贝尔格莱德都会发现这座城市新的发展和变化。而在塞尔维亚未来的发展过程当中，武契奇总统认为中国是值得信赖的伙伴和可靠的朋友。好，感谢您收看本期高端访谈，我是王冠，我们下期再会。